Hello everyone. Today my name is Manan Solanki and I will present the topic of Parkinsonism. We have made this model and we have divided our model into 4 parts: causes, stages, symptoms and treatment. First, I would like to define Parkinsonism or Parkinson's disease, or commonly also called paralysis agitans. First of all, it's caused by 4 factors, that is lifestyle, genetic factor, environmental factor such as toxins, pesticides, and the leading cause of Parkinson's, which is aging. Now all these 4 factors will result in 4 changes inside the brain tissue, that is impaired protein clearance, misfolding and aggregation of alpha-synuclein, neuroinflammation and mitochondrial dysfunction. Together it will cause the neuronal death of the dopaminergic neurons inside the basal ganglia of human brain. Now let's move on to the stages. In stages, we have represented each stage as a block. Starting with the first stage, prodromal stage. Most of its symptoms, or might I say all the symptoms, are non-motor. So we observe REM sleep disorder, constipation, diarrhea, anxiety, hyposmia, which is lack of smell. Then it complicates into the early stage or second stage, where we find mild cognitive disorders and the major motor disorders such as rigidity, tremors and bradykinesia. Again it complicates, it will cause urinary system disorders, axial deformities, dyskinesia, uncontrolled involuntary movement of the body, orthostatic hypotension, which is dizziness while standing up. Then the late stage, which is the most complicated stage, will result in hallucination, dementia and also postural instability. So our patient will have his back flexed, arms abducted with tremors at a frequency of 4 to 6 times per second, bent knees and a fasting gait with retropulsion. So the patient won't be able to stop himself while moving back. Okay? Now, out of all these symptoms, there are symptoms that we can see and we cannot see. And the ones that we can see are just the tip of an iceberg, as we have demonstrated here. And the ones we cannot see are under the ocean, which is a huge variety of symptoms, such as constipation, depression, sleep difficulties, dementia. We cannot see these. Okay, so now moving on to the treatment. We have multiple treatment methods, but we have described the 2 main methods. One is the use of L-DOPA. Now why we use L-DOPA is because it can cross the blood-brain barrier. However, we use an inhibitor along with it called carbidopa, because carbidopa will avoid L-DOPA from converting into dopamine inside the liver, which can cause side effects. And once the L-DOPA and carbidopa reach the blood-brain barrier, carbidopa being non-permissible to the inside the brain tissue, it will leave inside the bloodstream, and L-DOPA will enter the brain tissue and convert into dopamine. Thus, the treatment will occur. Apart from that, we can also use many dopamine agonists, such as these. Right? Now next we have also talked about stem cell therapy. It's a method of treatment which is yet in development. However, its transplantation phase is still seen in the modern day medical treatment. In this, we use an aborted fetus. We extract the brain tissue or any tissue from the caudate nuclei, adrenal cortex, medulla or carotid body. We culture it and transfer it into the patient's recipient. Thank you.